Talk here today for Monday, May 20th goes to Sean Combs. Not just Sean Combs, but the bad boy as a staff, record label, and mother effing crew, because y'all been enabling this kind of behavior for a long time. Okay, he's not sorry. He's sorry that video leaked. And he's sorry he got caught. See, up until that video being released, Sean Combs was denying everything. You would still be lying to us right now if it was no video.
Charlamagne Tha God has reacted to some shocking leaked audio involving Diddy and Jay Z. The audio contains incriminating conversations between the two hip-hop moguls.
I didn't think I was going to ever see a video like this.
I heard abuse whispers. So
Really?
I was thinking, yeah.
I heard gay. I'd never heard porn.
I always heard gay.
Gay nonstop. And that was enough. People were like...
That's because of Wendy Williams.
What'd you say?
Oh,
That was Wendy. Wendy's whole thing was Diddy was gay since the 90s.
She knew, dog.
No, Wendy was
We owe
throwing that
Wendy
out
an
there.
apology.
That's why Wendy got fired from Hot 97. Wendy got fired from Hot 97 by Diddy because that's when Bad Boy was smoking hot.
Wow.
And yeah, she got fired for putting that out there. Like,
Do you think that Diddy held on to the gay rumors so that people didn't know what he really was?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because that's the perfect smokescreen. You'd rather people think you're gay than beat women.
by the way, here's the wild thing: we still don't know what Diddy is.
I mean, we know
That's
a
the thing.
little.
We know little. We know bits and pieces.
Yeah.
This shit might be deeper than rap. We don't know. Like, this
The
might be a
rabbit hole's gonna
whole
get
rabbit
crazy.
hole. You might be like, oh shit.
But seeing this video.
That's what I was trying to get at this whole time.
Okay,
That is the wildest story
Yo,
that came out of a lot of this shit. And nobody gives a
Wait, what story? What story?
Pull it up, Mark. I don't even want to repeat it.
Oh.
Pull it up. This shit sounds so crazy.
Nah, this shit
no,
wild.
type in his name and Diddy.
But this is why I believe
Reginald
all the
Van
Cassie
Johnson.
allegations because of this video. Because
What video?
she describes this,
Yeah,
what happened
word
to
for
the
word.
T.
Oh,
so
yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I believe everything she said.
Yeah, 1000%.
I'm not, yeah.
This is horrifying.
Also, Diddy's bullshit. While you're getting that, Diddy's bullshit ass excuse, like how he couldn't mention Cassie's name in the apology. There's no rule you can't apologize.
Whatever. Oh, I'm not laughing at that.
No, I
I'm
know
laughing
you're
at
not.
this shit. I'm laughing
Yeah.
at this shit that Marcus.
Yeah, also, you called her a liar like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Like,
like
yeah.
get the fuck out.
Said she was looking after for a quick buck. You're a fucking scumbag.
And
And,
then-
maybe this is more triggering for me because whatever, but like that shit, I was
Why
like,
is it more
kill this
triggering
guy.
for you? What
I grew up in a house, and I didn't see that ever, but I grew up in a house where there was abuse. So it was like, you watch that, and this is way more extreme than anything I saw. Like, she's trying to sneak out of the fucking room. He's dragging her by the hair.
Yeah.
Not gonna pimp my struggle. I didn't see anything like that. But watching that is like, yo, fuck this guy forever.
Did you ever try to intervene?
Yeah, I did one time.
You got your ass kicked?
No, we didn't do anything. I just stood in his way, and I didn't say a word. I didn't even look at him, which I'm kind of like, I just got in his way, and I remember thinking, if this goes down, this goes down.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I remember I was reading Will Smith's book, and he always said he felt bad because he never intervened. So that was like he said he felt like a coward.
Yeah.
You know, he never intervened. Watching his mother go through the abuse from his father, but I think he said his brother did. So a lot of that just makes you kind of think about everything that happened, everything that transpired with the slap and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like after the
Like, I'm gonna stand up for myself finally.
you didn't play the clip.
I'm trying to find
It was right there. I saw it.
Oh,
go back to the hip hop DX one. This is wild, bro.
I didn't see this shit.
Yo, this is crazy.
This was wild. Like, I'm like, this is how you know too much is going on. First, this shit is, it's wild but hilarious.
Keep it a buck. No, that's why a lot of people are quiet.
5, 6, and out of those 5 or 6, how many? The first one was the worst one, and then the other ones I left early. Okay, so the worst one was Carl Winslow, I'm guessing? Yeah.
So you busting the door, you didn't care?
No, because you know how I like to joke and play and stuff.
Right.
A nigga don't give a fuck. So I'm just hearing like, like all this shit. I'm like, oh, somebody wearing this bitch out on the crib. So I go busting the door. I look up, I see Carl Winslow. I'm like, so like this is crazy. Wow. That's
On crib.
You know, when I think of Carl Winslow, I think of the cop on the but I just can't picture that big ass nigga bent over.
Why is that not being talked about more?
Son.
Like, yo.
I used to hear Carl Winslow's gay rumors too, and then when you rewatch, he's a little risky with the acting.
But watching, yo, what type of madman are you? You're watching Family Matters, and you like, yo,
I need that.
I gotta get that. I gotta
Wow.
Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
Like, what the You're Diddy. You got access to
anybody.
so many people.
But that's your favorite show.
You got to
TV Dad.
get
He likes
Carl
TV Dad.
Winslow,
Show.
bro.
TV Daddy.
Bring up Carl Winslow so everybody knows what
Watching him in that uniform got you bricked
Are
up.
you, can I ask you, are you a little proud that it was still a black man he was attracted to? Black and black. That's black love.
No.
What would Dr. Umar say?
And then the wild part about the video, the homie said he was wearing them out.
Wearing them out. It's great. On crib.
Wearing them out on crib.
Charlamagne says the empire has fallen, and it's over for Diddy professionally. He believes Diddy can't survive the content of this leaked audio.
In your book, Get Honest or Die Lying, you talk about the influence of hip hop. And when it comes to hip hop, of course, many people think of Diddy as one of the pioneers. And at one point, you were not happy that his legacy was being destroyed. Let me play this piece of sound.
I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like it just because it's sad. Like, you know, how many people's legacies have we watched burn to the ground? You know, from the Russell Simmons, from, you know,
But it's
Diddy.
good.
These guys provided the soundtrack to our lives. They contributed to culture in real ways before we knew any of this. No, you have feelings, you have mixed emotions.
And then the video came out after that. He's now issued his sort of apology. Cassie's come out again. Have your thoughts on that changed?
Well, my thoughts, even in that clip that you just played, in context, I said it's sad to see these people's legacies being destroyed based off, you know, at the time, alleged poor choices. Now we know that those poor choices aren't alleged. We saw the video. So yeah, it still is, you know, sad to see them, you know, not do the work on themselves, have all that unhealed trauma, projecting that pain and that hurt onto a woman. So yeah, he put himself in that situation. And yes, that is still very sad to see. It's sad all across the board. I don't know why we act like, you know, it's just one emotion when it comes to things like this. Because somebody like, you know, Diddy, yeah, we're lying to ourselves if we say he didn't provide the soundtrack to our lives. I don't know him on a personal level. I just know the professional accolades, which were very inspiring to somebody like me. Him having his own record label, him having his own, you know, vodka, like becoming a billionaire. Like those were things that were like, wow, that's the American dream in a lot of ways, right? And to be doing that from hip hop, that was something that was commendable, but we didn't know him as a person.
So are you now angry at him, disappointed in him about the fact that this guy you admired so much has turned out to be a pretty bad guy?
Angry at him, disappointed in him. I don't know if I know him to be angry at him or disappointed in him. I think what bothers me the most is just constantly seeing people make poor decisions and poor choices that cause them to self-destruct. And I think that even with this situation, one thing that I think we get lost in is the celebrity of it all. I think you have to focus on the issue, not the individual. Whatever happens to him is going to happen. He's going to have to deal with the consequences of his actions. And you see it happening now. Like, I don't know if that's going to lead to him, you know, being arrested or whatever, but the empire is falling. It's over professionally. Only thing he can do is go out there and try to get his soul right. But what about the issue of domestic violence?
Right.
What about the issue of patriarchy? What about the issue of, you know, unhealed trauma inside of people that is causing brothers to, you know, cause that kind of harm, you know, to women? Those are the things that we should be talking about, because there's somebody, as I'm talking right now, there's a woman out there probably getting beat up or assaulted, you know, by a man, and her story isn't going to be on the news. And that, you know, culture of men doing those kind of things, committing violence to women, is still going to be going on. We need to be having conversations about that. Yeah, solutions. We know what the problem is, but if we continue just to focus on the individual, we'll get caught up in that. You'll be asking me questions like, so should Peloton be getting rid of Diddy's music? It's like, F Diddy. Like, he's going to have to deal with the consequence of his actions. But what about everybody else that still has to deal with domestic violence? That's women that still have to deal with the patriarchy. Women that still have to deal with, you know, men that have unhealed trauma projecting that onto them. Like, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to ask you about Peloton, so. Charlamagne Tha God, thank you.
Absolutely.
This is the book. It's Get Honest or Die Lying.
Charlamagne didn't hold back. He dove right into the audio, giving his unfiltered opinions on what he's heard. He pointed out specific parts of the conversation that could spell big trouble for Diddy and Jay Z.
I'm not sure if you want to answer this, but what are your thoughts on everything going on with Diddy right now?
I think when it comes to that situation, man, I think we shouldn't focus on the individual. We should focus on the issue. Because I think what happens a lot of times is, you know, because of the celebrity, we get lost in talking about the celebrity and not talking about the actual issue. The issue is domestic violence.
Yep,
The issue is exactly what I just said about, you know, men not going to do the proper work on themselves, and they're dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and unhealed trauma, and they're projecting that pain and that hurt on the other people. The issue is patriarchy, right? Because as long as you have a system where men feel superior to women and they're dealing with that pain and they're dealing with that hurt, they're going to project that. You know, we're going to continue to project that onto our women. So I think those are the issues that we should be discussing as opposed to talking about the individual. And we tend to do that a lot as a society. We get lost in the celebrity of things as opposed to, okay, what are we here for?
Because it's clickbait.
Yeah.
It's clickbait.
Like, Diddy brings the engagement, but right now, as I'm talking, there's a woman out there getting beat up by a man, right? And she's not going to get no news coverage. Nobody's going to talk about her.
We should say the name of Cassie, the survivor of the domestic violence.
Yes.
Let's talk more about her.
Absolutely.
As well.
Let's talk about the issue, Priya. Let's talk about the actual issue and not the individual.
When it comes to us, it doesn't seem to be the thing we think, amplified is the right word.